with Stewart. Big rivals, and Stewart retakes the lead. Behind crowd getting into this one. Reed starting to come right back on him. Cheering him on, and Reed's old mechanic cheers on his rival.
Just incredible. Oh, he's down!
They're both down! They got together, they're both down. Reed is underway. Wyndham goes down. Wyndham gets into Stewart.
Reed comes by on the left and clips the back of James Stewart. Watch Stewart smack the ground. Focus on Stewart's helmet right here. Right into the face of that one.
In third. Michael Lessie jumps into second place. Now can Reed hit two? Stewart gets past Alessi now, and Wyndham is up into the front.
Strength comes into play. Can Stewart keep his cool? Is leading the heat race, leading the mains. Right now, Chad Reed is phenomenal lap lead at this moment. The fastest rider on the planet.
And guess what? Stewart is down.
Comes in a turn, grabs a handful of front brake, loses traction on both tires. That's what I was talking about. Sometimes you just go flying off the bike.
There's the reigning champ, and there you see Stewart in the background. Chad Reed, 7. Oh, Stewart! Again, he almost makes a massive mistake. There. Now here's Reed, and you can see as we take it wide, there you see Stewart at the top of the screen. Heath Voss, also Andrew Short in there. Here you see Stewart coming through. It cost him huge time, but he gains more and comes right back after Reed.
Close. Now the pressure builds for Reed.
Jeff, you had battles like this with Jeremy McGrath.
Because you know, through the pit board and whatnot, and the crowd, that he was on the ground, that was win streak alive. And he is absolutely flying. Chad Reed keeps hitting the lap.
Barney in front of him. Over the jump. Stewart tries to get through. Reed holds on, is right there. Here comes James. Listen to the crowd. He's back out in front in the Circle City.
That is just an incredible effort by James Stewart.
Here he comes. Oh, man, I thought he was going to run it right up into him. Over the finish line jump. Reed was so good over that single jump earlier today.
He has put his head down and charged hard, and that is an impressive ride with less than 6 laps.
It goes to number 7, San Manuel Yamaha rider.
And Reed, that last lap around was a 51.4.
Fitness is really going to play a factor. Tonight's racetrack was designed and inspired by Mike LaRocca, but themselves rejuvenated to keep on going, so we'll see who's at the optimal peak of fitness at this point.
Chad Reed's not done.
And I'm telling you,
Stewart is down! Stewart is down again!
Hosting their first Supercross event, this stadium has not let us down.
Thank you, stadium! Chad Reed wins his first race of 2009! There is Chad Reed, and James Stewart is in this race as well. Get underway! Oh, Stewart! Here comes Reed! Reed's going to get through! Josh Hill is part of the... He's been running in the lights class as we go back to Reed, who passes Voss.
Is one of the best in the world. He did keep Ricky. We've seen him pass riders.
He's got to, yeah, exactly. That arm and shape deteriorates so much. And the thing that's amazing, that last lap...
He's got Hawk. He's running into him as he coming to the moguls. Bar to bar, and Reed picks up another spot. That'll jump.
He's going to set him
Over
up
the dromedary.
And you know, look at Wyndham gave him room. He gave him room.
Lines on the track, just very methodically working through right here. So patient. He's at a 109.
Reed is closing all over his teammate. Look at this through the whoops. There he goes. Blitzes right by for second place. Checkered flag in a lights race with 15 laps in.
And an easier track. Here he is. I mean, it's watch Lawrence is going to try something crazy.
Lawrence is
he lays over. He lays over.
Can you put it into perspective how much effort it took for Chad Reed to run him down physically?
It's probably wishing James wouldn't have caught up so far, but it is what it is. James is a great rider.
Hardly his second of the year, and the points lead as Chad Reed wins. Look at Chad Reed celebrating here at Daytona.
That's how it is. That you can't just step in and make it into the main event. These are the 20 fastest riders in the world on the gate here in St. Louis.
All right, starting grid, scrolling. Jason Lawrence,
The idea how Chad Reed has came around the first lap in third. He was absolutely buried.
and takes a position away. And now he's right with Reed. Oh, and Lawrence slows up to the inside and pretty much just hands the position to Stewart.
Well, would you expect anything different for here in St. Louis? I'm telling you, let's
almost cut. Yeah, but Reed has got to get around Grant and start to try to check out if he wants any chance of winning this thing.
There's something special about the soil here in St. Louis that provides us with some great
job he is doing on that Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha, the Toyota backed entry. Here
there
comes
Reed. Reed to the inside.
The Australian, the two-time champion out front. Here comes Stewart to the
Still made it through. He's regrouped. Now put himself into position to challenge for the win here. There you go. They switch it up. Chad Reed's running a different line. Stewart to the left.
Let's see if that works for James. Here he comes.
Start to light it up here. Our championship contenders.
Stewart cuts to the inside and takes the lead.
Inside, outside. Reed went outside, inside. Now, this could be devastating for Indianapolis.
He sure did. He did it twice in Indianapolis and pressured James into a mistake. And now he's Stewart out front, but look at this. I mean, Reed is not giving up yet, Jeff. He's doing everything he can. And James Stewart is down. James Stewart is down. And he's
through there as he goes to step up on this.
Oh, man.
Wow.
In the points.
Wow, Ralph, I'm telling you, Chad Reed, so mentally strong.
One more corner to go, and he has done it. Chad Reed, his third win of the 2009 season. Stewart in a couple of slots down in the gate is that man, the points leader. We're ready to go. Shot goes to Alessi, and Reed goes to the front of the field. James Stewart, he comes to the inside, and now the two title combatants run 1 and 2.
He needs here for this championship, and the battle is on between the two fastest riders in that Indianapolis.
Oh,
Alessi's down at the top of your screen.
Tripling in, got to do that. James did not do that. He's going to try to check out if he can get a little.
Winning your championships with Suzuki, how much will he help Chad get to this title?
I know Goose is going to give him 120%. There's no doubt about it.
There it is. That's what they're doing right here. Oh, Reed made another little mistake. And look at James. Just what he was talking about. Just making mistakes. And you're riding clean laps. Doesn't mean he's going to get past him, but it definitely means...
7th at Daytona. That is the difference in this championship. Here he comes. Really came on hard through there, and that definitely allowed. And Stewart still just sitting behind Reed.
I think he's just following.
Now you see Reed starting to switch it up here. It's a real chess match at this point. These riders know each other.
How much will that come into play today? You know, we saw them kind of get into each other a little bit rough.
Over the jumps, right? When you go over the triple over the finish line, take your deep breath.
If he's ever had a problem with it, look at James getting it in there, poking it in there.
It's just got a
Oh,
little
there
bit
he is. Stewart changed up his line, but it wasn't enough. The amount of pressure on the shoulders of both of these riders right now, with everything on the line.
To the lappers, here it is.
Here comes Stewart alongside. Still can't get to where
Losing a lot of time right there.
It's close here.
past the
Stewart's
halfway
getting
point.
impatient.
Past the halfway point. That was
Race has been from James Stewart at 51.7. Both riders in the 53-54. Out right here, Stewart has had the luxury that he can watch everything that Chad Reed is doing. It's so intense at this level for both of these champions to be racing at this
Aggressive move to get by him.
Reed with a quick look over his shoulder to see exactly where Stewart is at. Charging around the outside. Reed closes him off. Bar to bar. And Stewart takes the lead away. But Reed comes right back. They come together. It's still not to
James wants to take him out.
Oh, look at that. They stand. Side by side. They fly. Reed and Stewart going out. And then Reed goes back to the lead.
Chad Reed's bike has came loose. It's going to start to get... We got a rider down. He gets the drive.
He stands him up again. This goes all the way back to practice this morning.
Look at this little inside line right there, guys.
Chad Reed has got that line wired.
Words. And it carries on to the main event tonight in Jacksonville.
It ain't over.
Audible racing here in Jacksonville. First time to this stadium. This is where Reed's going to lose that half a second, or 5 seconds, excuse me.
James Stewart on his way to victory number 10 as he lights the candles. Post-checkered flag conversation between Chad Reed on the 1 and James Stewart on the 7. What do you think, guys?
Playing games back there, but you know, he rode good, he was patient, he just kind of waited for the right move. And
on the inside or the outside of the starting gate as you take a look at Chad Reed, his mechanic, Mike Gosler. The horse, I guess he will. He comes back to the inside. Reed gets the whole shot for Keith. as they shoot across.
Reed rides the fast line.
Jeff, 2 weeks ago in Jacksonville, the words continued after up on the podium. They ran 1 and 2, just like the ball.
That's a little bit quicker than Reed going a single, double, triple, single. That could be, he has the advantage there. See, Chad Reed, I've said all along that I believe that he has to beat James Stewart straight up.
And the victor yet this season. And now Stewart's starting to apply some pressure.
Stewart, I can see it from the broadcast booth here that the spot after the finish line, that right-hand turn.
Here comes Stewart to the inside. He's going to make that move. He changes his line to the rhythm. But Reed comes battling back. On the bar, through another rhythm section. Reed to the inside. Played out by 2 former champions on these high horsepower machines. Everything is on the line because there's only 1 more race to go in Vegas a week from tonight. So these guys want to have as many points in their favor going there if they can.
Chad Reed,
he's going to have to save 1 more race.
That is going to be a very hard corner. His heart rate gets up.
Here he comes. Stewart was there now like we've seen him do in the past. And I asked him, did you really settle for second?
This is going to, it is so comforting to be in the second position here.
Look at the inside. Nothing doing. Here he goes. To the inside. Stewart is in once again. Reed back to the inside. Oh, contact. And he opens into the top 4. He's starting to open up a gap. And look at this. The points would be tied as of now because Ralph Shaheen, Jeff Emmick, and Aaron Bates with you as the crowd is on their feet watching Chad Reed.
The main event, it seems like they've already been out there for 50 laps. We still have half the race to go. But look at this. James Stewart, once again, the Predator on the prowl here. Here he comes.
Into the whoops. And Reed sees it to the inside.
Because James Stewart had the chance to regroup, and he has really got some great lines.
And called the Bubba Scrub. Staying low, flying forward, staying closer to the ground. It's a quicker line, and it will tie up the points.
Going into the final race for James Stewart. And he almost gets into the top side there, and that's allowed Chad Reed to close right up again.
Times just a 1/10 of a second apart. And Reed almost.
And that's Stewart's teammate, Kyle Chisholm.
Chisholm almost.
Pretty aggressive from this
It
team.
looked awful aggressive for a rider who was being lapped.
Chisholm steps off and just comes. He almost gets into his teammate. Has to really here in Salt Lake that he is the fastest rider in AMA Supercross this year.
Yes, he is. Winner in Salt Lake. James Stewart wins it. Lights the candles in Salt Lake City. Main event here in Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Very frustrated champion here, Chad Reed.
That's the official from the FIM talking things over with Chad Reed, Mike Gosler to Reed's right.
No traction out there. It's really loose.
And they've got Ryan Villapoto in between the 2 of them. And remember, 800, Mike Gillespie. He's in the whole shot. Where's Reed?
This guy through the whoops. And then there's
James
Stewart
Stewart to the lead. Stewart to the lead. Pack right behind him. Jumping his way through. Tedesco is there.
And Reed has got to get
Ivan Tedesco. That is for 4th. And he hasn't cleared him yet.
Here goes Reed.
He's on the wrong side of
Look at it.
Alessi.
Look at it.
He's got it. That's for
triple
3rd.
event that happened. It's going to be that much harder.
There goes Villapoto.
He was conservative.
There's Reed.
Conservative.
There's Stewart. There's Reed.
Conservative and was really, I think it was a little bit slippery than tonight even, where the 3 of you guys were in front of Reed. So that's an extra 3 points that Reed desperately needs. A lot of riders have spoke that they would want to win this thing clean, you know. But, you know.
Oh, man, he was right up against the wheel.
Wow, this track, Ricky, Ralph, it is so tough here. Look at Reed now.
Watch the crowd get on their feet
He's
now.
going to let Reed go. Look at Reed won't go by.
These guys have such a rivalry, and it's just.
I think
There he is inside. Oh, contact. Oh, Reed is still.
But this season's been like that, and it's been rough here lately.
The checkered flag in his 2nd career win as he lights the candles here in Las Vegas. Go on. And Chad Reed comes across it. He will win his 2nd Monster Energy AMA Supercross in 1 place.
Started Moto 1. Here we go with Moto 2, folks. For the first time ever, live motocross on network TV. points. Mike Alessi. Mike is out with injury. Jeff is in second in front of Short. Here comes Reed. Chad Reed working the inside. He won the first moto. You like that line, Ricky?
Yeah, it is. Looking inside.
All right, so Reed is up to third. Jeff Alessi fourth, and then Reed's teammate.
Line, he took a little break right before the moto got underway, and he's living back.
He's toured since 2006, so he's still trying to get his outdoor mojo back, and he won the first moto here.
He's just being beat up, and it's almost like he needs that stuff to really get...
Oh, this is where he launches it, folks.
Here we go, David.
Here it is. He's side by side with Short. His first overall victory of the year and the first victory ever for him in this premier 450. It's going to be seeing who can dig down and deal with the most pain, Ricky.
Absolutely, and you know, if Ivan, you know, I know
about him, the way he's riding and stalking and Tedesco there, where he's like, I'm gonna get him.
Guys want it. And don't think Tedesco is going to be a pushover out there. He hasn't won a moto ever in this premier 450. A little bit bigger racetrack, a little bit faster racetrack. Able to hold on. Here comes Reed again. You see the fans there waving the towels.
Beautiful move by Reed to go around the outside and try to get in. And it just messed up Tedesco right there. Anyway, make a series of this, don't you think, Ricky?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's so proven, you know. And
he wins both motos. A dominant performance. And Chad Reed is back on top in AMA Pro Motocross.
You know, it feels good, and to be truthful with you, you know, I felt like I should have been here a long time ago. My last win was a 1-1 here in a lights class in 02, and you know, we came back and won my first 450 here. So I think my wife Elle, she's been working her butt off trying to get me well.
It was Andrew Short jumping out to the lead. He had Chad Reed right there with him to the inside, but it didn't last. A hard charging Andrew Short going, man, I want my first win today.
And try to get this win. Oh, and look at that. The downhills are so rough here, and you have so much pressure on the front.
To pass Short for second. Here we are, folks. Last lap. Grant on the blue bike, Reed in the yellow bike. They're coming to the finish line, and Reed by 0.3 of a second.
Better start.
Looks like Tedesco's got it this time. Reed is right behind him.
You can, and if Josh can be, there he goes for the lead already. So
pretty good. He's riding best he can. It's right there with Tedesco right now.
As he rode the first moto, well, then I'll let him have it. I got a good points lead, but I think he was counting on Josh not being able to get a couple motos
on the road because Tedesco was 5th in Moto 1. This track is wide open fast on lap 1 of Moto 2. His business out here at the number 5 spot on the red machine.
Maybe a little bit fresher than some of the nice and flat, always been strong through the whoops. Not enough to make a pass or even really apply that much pressure on Ivan.
Wait, here goes Reed to the inside, downhill.
Wow, nice.
Tedesco's not going to make it outside. Tedesco holds Reed off. Oh, and Tedesco makes a mistake. And Reed says, thank you very much.
Nice, and if he messes up. But what he did was force Ivan to go through that corner at the top just as fast as he did at the bottom. If you're in the middle, and you don't have a good start, you get sandwiched right there, and there's nowhere for him to go, or any of those other guys either.
And you said, you know, you can all try to ride like Ricky Carmichael because he's the fastest, but Chad Reed is doing it right. Moto by a long margin and takes the win. I think he's going to smile in victory lane for the first time in a while. So checkered flag coming out. Challenge him, Josh Grant. Chad probably doesn't even know where Grant was.
Doesn't care.
Nope, nope. This is how the guy does it. He's just a technician out there. Washougal on speed. Down, he's got another rider in front of him. So disaster already for Tommy Ha. That's a heartbreaker. The Belgian, he is outside of the top 20.
The kind of pace that would get him a 40-second win if he were out front.
I mentioned Ballman can be scary at times. He just made
a little bit of time back there in the tight left and make up 10 bike links on the way out because he turns that whole right sweeper up.
Unit on the mule, of course. He wasn't unconscious when the doctor arrived to him.
Despite that, he's still going after Millsaps.
He's just fast. He can manufacture speed when he needs to. Chad can adjust. He can look at the situation and see what he needs to do, how fast he needs to sit.
Here he comes to the outside.
Shouldn't have gone inside right there.
Reed blows that berm up. Huge roost. And Lawrence has lost his, David.
Well, Lawrence has slowed down a couple seconds a lap. Reed has picked it up a couple seconds a lap, and Lawrence goes tight, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, he's
there
not
it
gonna put
is.
up a fight. No,
But
not
you
at
can
all.
Everything up so he'd be able to ride to his optimal ability. He just wasn't feeling it, and Alex Ewing definitely pulled through his
17.3, sorry. More than 2 seconds Reed made up, 2.1 seconds. And that basically takes the gap in half. Oh, we've seen it several times this year. Go all the way back to Hangtown, round 2 of the tour, when Michael Lessie and Chad Reed were pretty... Oh, Chad Reed takes the lead from Josh Grant. An amazing rally by the number 22.
Momentum around the right sweeper that led into this, jumped a little further down the hill. He's got the inside. What's Josh going to do? You got to give it away. Getting out of this berm early now to get up the hill and set up the next corner better where he doesn't have to let off much. And we went first, second, third, dominated the podium. So it has an influence on your efforts.
He's going to make a lot of money, and he takes a huge step toward it. Chad Reed wins in Washougal. Chad Reed has climbed to the top of the mountain, and he has won 2 races in a row now in the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross. Only 9 fastest in practice today. Let's go racing in Moto 2. Of what has been a terrible day, at least based on the first moto. Here's Short taking the lead from Justin Brayton and Chad Reed up to third. And fastest in qualifying today. There he is in the number 2 spot here in this moto. Then you got Tedesco on the retro-themed silver.
The mistakes this year, and that's why he's the points leader.
Staying right where he needs to be, right behind Unadilla. Another great battle on hand. This legendary racetrack has
Really hammers the throttle, gets to the inside, and tries to get in there. Brayton underneath him, but just a little bit right now. And Andrew Shores.
That means he doesn't want to be behind him for too long, and he's not. Here we go. Reed on the outside, fastest pole.
Lock his line, Reed squares him up.
Oh, Short cuts back in front and holds on the lead. Reed's going to dial in the inside again.
Everything he can do to get by. Can he triple up? If he can, he's going to fly by.
And Reed does fly by. He takes the lead. First 5 or 10 minutes, he lets everybody else be a hero. But then he starts putting
daylight, maybe trying to protect the inside, but Reed just hammered down and carried the momentum.
And now, is that what you're talking about, Jeff? Mention things like that. For better or for worse, like it or not, Reed always believes he's going to win the race. So tough. He's so consistent, and he wins when the opportunity presents himself, and that's what he does.
Here we go.
Start is so critical when it's muddy up. One of the Suzuki riders out front, and it is Chad Reed. You're right, Ricky. Bad news.
He wants that championship.
He's going to be eating a lot of mud, and that's why Reed doesn't want to be stuck behind Tedesco. Let's see what he can do.
Absolutely. I mean, he did a good job flattening the track in case it would rain. It would kind of roll on.
It's so loamy. And within a few laps, these ruts are going to be there again.
Reed in second. So same thing with Ivan Tedesco, but it probably doesn't feel too bad when you're in the lead, Ricky. I mean, this is a good run for Ivan.
Yeah, it is. And
The key to having a smile on your face as team manager. Get under the mechanics area so the rain doesn't hit you from the top. Get the mud boots on so the mud doesn't get you from the bottom. Look at this battle for the lead in Moto 2. Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship from Budds Creek. Chad Reed gets alongside out of that section, and that opened the door for Reed. And now Tedesco is going to learn what it's like to get blasted by all that roost.
Attention to Chad and kind of let him have it. He should have focused on his own deal and raced him into that corner. He had Andrew
Short's dropping quickly. He's all the way back to 9th now. That would be enough.
Short needs 100 points.
Yes,
right?
mechanic.
09
09 champ. Didn't have room for the 2-0, but you've run past that pit board from that mechanic many times, Ricky. That was your open. Win the Monster Energy Triple Crown and the 2009 Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. Not enough to deter one determined new champion. We'll show you the Lucas Oil race recap.
I feel like it's complete now, and I feel like I got a lot more fight in me. We were a last-minute entry, and I gave it my all. Very, very happy to finally get this championship.
Here it is, Moto 2 on speed. Pick your favorite rider out and follow the progress throughout the race. Looks like Reed and Byrne up to second and third with Andrew Short. He has been as fast as anyone, and he is again as he pressures Byrne for third. And here comes Reed pressuring Short for first.
What's good about the track, in one way to look at it, is that in the first moto, it was a little bit one line.
Sandy racetrack. That's not so good, actually, for Reed. Yes, he can maybe force Short into a mistake, but he's going to try to make the pass as quickly as possible, and he does. Gets the inside and Short getting back to the inside. Short, can he stick it in that rut? Handful of throttle on the factory Honda. Short gets Reed back. Now Reed back to the inside.
He blasts that inside turn and takes it.
All also using a different line on the inside. You called it, Jeff. You figured there'd be more room to pass, and there has been. Pro Motocross Championship. They call it Moto X338 because it's VFW Post 338. Here, few riders scored points in every single Supercross race this year. The Monster Energy Supercross Tour that was on since the early. Chad Reed is down and down hard. Chad Reed has hit the deck.
Finish line jump. Chad cross-ruts pretty hard. And look as he gets down, and then the bike just bounces over. He got shaken up quite a bit on that one. We've seen him tumble 3 or 4 times.
This game, and we mean it. Reed, is he now just mad at himself because he's thrown away, obviously, the overall, which we don't.
Yeah, I'm Chad Reed, Team Australia, MX1 class, number 16.
Scan for the Modocell, Joe Roulants, etc. And it's Davide Guarneri closest to us, but look, their slower rider, the MX2 guy, up the inside, which happened to be Guarneri. And Kai Rowley was allowed then for 16, and Jonathan Barragan of Spain there, number 19 on that Silver Action KTM. Ryan Dungey there in 4th position for Team USA on that Rockstar Makita Suzuki, but Kai Rowley goes wide through that sand section over Braun Leak, right in front of the Red Bull Energy Station. Look how rough the circuit is here in this American Outdoor Motocross Champion this year. Well, he's obviously looking to prove a point. The Australian's never won this area that he has yet to win. But Tony Cairoli, though, he's the 2009 FIM World Motocross Champion, and he's ground. And can Cairoli get through here? Well, Reed's on the inside, and Tony Cairoli keeps on the gas. Barragan of Spain in 3rd. Ryan Dungey of the USA in 4th. In this race, Roxer just taking a quick look over his shoulder. There's Tony Cairoli. Just over 16 minutes, challenging for the lead. Both riders up and over that triple jump. Drifting a little bit too wide, both Searle. And he is in 5th place, but coming out of the photo number 1, much to the delight of the Italians, the team and the crowd, of course. Chad Reed came over the line 2nd for Australia. Ryan Dungey came over the line